of mine, Mr. Renny Roker. Oh my goodness, what a honor to be here with you today.
Well, actually, our doors are always open to you, so I don't want you to feel like it's an honor. It's just a member of the family.
Oh, wow. You know, but for me, it's an honor because you have been in the media for so long. You've done over, 100, 400, what?
TV shows?
Yeah, you've done a little of this, a little of that.
Yeah.
You've done so much. You've done film producing, you've done commercials, you even worked with Nat King Cole, and here I am with you. Oh, wow, what an honor. This is awesome. Well, the reason why I'm here is because me and Mr. Renny have been talking. We actually I first published my book just recently, and he is in the process.
Exactly.
And I'm going to let him explain his new project to you, and it's called Positivity.
Positivity, that's correct. And you know something funny? The interesting thing about positivity is it's a way of life.
Okay.
It's a way of life, and it's an opportunity for people who are trying to get somewhere or just trying to have a good life to think. You know, it's so unfortunate. So many people don't understand that you don't have to be unhappy just because one little thing happened. You know, you see that all so often. Then you see those people who can smile through just about anything.
Wow.
And end up with all the rewards that comes from, you know, having a positive mind and a positive attitude. It's important. It's very important.
But I got to ask you.
Yeah.
Where did that positivity come from? I know it came from somewhere. Who taught you that?
You know what? You learn by rehearsing. You learn by mimicking. You learn by getting involved. And for me, it started with my family.
Okay.
I was very fortunate to have a great mother and a great father, a sister who we went to war every day to outdo each other, you know, and then a younger sister who became our favorite, so we just sort of embraced her. And then my older brother, who was already in the entertainment business long before I even thought about it, with a group called the Heartbeats, and they had 7 million sellers back in their day. So I've been around a lot of good and very powerful but positive people. And now I've got a lady who is extremely positive, so it just carries on. You know, I've been very fortunate like that.
Yes. Your lady is who?
Linda.
Linda. I met Linda. She is awesome.
Yes.
Hard worker, a beautiful spirit. I just fell in love with her. In fact, she joined our club last night, and I was like, oh, this is just great.
Yeah,
you know,
she's
women
awesome
empowering
woman,
other women.
Yeah.
But I heard you at Inspired Mike, and you were reading excerpts from your book.
Right.
And I remember you sharing a story about your son wanting a bicycle or a bike.
Oh, a bike.
A bike.
A BMX bike.
And you had to make a decision, and the way you said it was like everything kind of crashed at once, and you were caught between a rock and a hard place.
That's correct.
But the way you said it was like, I know where my help comes from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you were so, I felt something when you said that.
You know, it's interesting because all too often within a family, the first person you forget is your own family, your closest friend, and things like that. And to me, in time of frustration, need, or whatever the case may be, the most important thing you have is your family.
That's true.
You know, they're the ones who are with you come rain or come shine, some good or bad, whatever the case may be. So how do you turn against them?
Oh.
Because they're your anchor.
That is true.
They're your anchor. They're your heart and soul and everything that you've got in you. You know, it's just like the dream or the idea that someone has. Okay, I'm going to make this happen. Well, the first time you run into a roadblock, you don't run away from it. You don't give up on it.
No.
You go around the side door, the back door, the front door, the upstairs door. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
You have to be willing to become the somebody that you want to become. And you've got to be willing to take some of the knocks that go along with it.
Ooh, and that's a shared experience that I have heard from a lot of people in the entertainment industry. 1, 2, and 3. You keep going. You never stop. And my husband is an animator. I don't know if you know
You
that.
told me
and
that.
he was going for he was syndicating, and I know we send letters in. You send it in once, you send it in twice, but you can never just say, I'm not going to do it, because it's your dream.
Yeah.
You
keep
have
on
to
going.
keep going, especially when you have a passion. So I love the fact that you are doing this, and I remember you saying that you work with the youth.
I do a lot of work with young people. As a matter of fact, when I was a young person, a disc jockey in New York got me to help out with handing out food to families who were having a hard time. And there were so many kids, and I said, my God, how lucky I am.
Yeah.
You know, I was about 10 years old, and I was handing out food and just enjoying it. But, you know, it's interesting because family and young people come first. I had a junior golf program where we were in about 50, 60 countries with young people. From that, more than 2,000 kids earned scholarships to college. Not scholarships where we gave them money, but scholarships where their grades got better, their handicaps got lower, and in golf, the lower your handicap, the better you are.
Okay.
And an opportunity to play on some of the best courses in the world. Interesting. In Asia, we found out that education is so important that if a young man or young lady was up for a tournament that we were doing, and they hadn't finished their homework, you wouldn't see them. You know, it was that simple. By the same token, I had a young man in Miami, wonderful young man, who was pretty good golfer. He was getting better every day. And he came to me and he said, you know, Mr. Roker, I'm going to Disney next week to a major junior tournament. I said, yeah, I know. You've been there before. He said, yeah, I know. He said, but you know what? Every time I go, I come in last place. And I said, last place? Why? What happened? He said, well, nobody there likes me. I said, what makes you think nobody there likes me? Well, they don't talk to me. I said, I'll tell you what you do. The next time you go, or when you go next week, the first person you see, shake their hand.
Yes.
Tell them your name, ask them their name, and how they are doing. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, yeah, do it. He said, okay. 2 weeks later, I saw him with the biggest grin on his face you've ever seen in your life. And I said, what happened? And he had his trophy behind his back. He pulled out his trophy, second place.
Wow.
Second place in the world in this particular tournament. And I said, well, what was the difference? He said, I did what you said. He said, you know, I had 50, 60 people there that I knew. And hey, Jim, hi, Bill, how you doing? You know, he said it was so incredible.
So he really needed his team. He needed to know that it was him.
It was him, yeah.
He was blocking himself.
He was blocking himself, that's right. And that happens so often, not just with kids, it happens with adults.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how often, I had a young man who was a janitor at a major corporation, and he was a college grad. He applied for work at that particular company and didn't get the job.
Okay.
So he took anything he could get, and he took a job being the janitor. Well, the company was having problems. He wrote notes without signing them and put them on the president's desk as to how to solve the problem. 5 times the president followed it. It worked, but he didn't know who was leaving him these notes and how they were getting into his office on his desk.
Oh, he was so
Only the janitor had keys, but he never thought it would be the janitor giving him those ideas. So one day, I talked to him and I said, listen, go put on a suit and tie. Go to the company, call them first, tell them you're coming to see the president.
Okay.
And you're going to get the president's secretary, she's going to say, I'm sorry, he's busy. And you're going to say, I'm the guy that leaves the notes on his desk. Just tell him that. She came back to the, oh, sir, you can come up right away. Just, wherever you are, just come, right? So he goes to the office,
Yes.
and he's sitting there. Now, here's a guy making $10,000 a year, all right? So he has this conversation. So now the boss is comfortable. Yes, this is the guy. This guy's intelligent, capable, but where did he come from and how did he know our problem? So he said, how'd you like to work here? He said, that'd be fine. He said, how about $200,000 a year? Is that okay? Well, the guy choked. He almost,
$200,000.
not only did he choke, he thought he was going to have a heart attack. And so the president thought he didn't like it. So he said, all right, $300,000, not a penny more. And so here's a guy that went from a janitor, all because he had the gumption to get up there and state who he was, what he was, and how important he could be to the company.
Wow.
You know, when he was at our conference, he was supposed to come up and speak.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'm just a janitor, you don't need me to speak. And see, if you don't, I don't care what you're doing.
Believe in yourself.
You gotta believe in yourself and what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what positivity is all about. It's about enjoying who you are. Enjoying your wife, your children, your family, everyone.
I cannot wait to
Positivity.
read it. Oh my goodness. Your wisdom, you sharing your wisdom, your experiences, your knowledge. You know, I just congratulate you all the way. And I can't wait. It's 3 weeks that this book is going to be coming out.
Yep.
And I see that you have it forwarded to Melvin Claxton.
Melvin Claxton is a winner of
Pulitzer Prize winner.
Pulitzer
Wow.
Prize winner.
Wow.
You know what's interesting about that? Not only the fact that he's an African American, but the fact that he is the only African American and one of very few to ever win the Pulitzer Prize by himself.
Wow.
Because usually there's 3 or 4 people on that are involved with it. And he's a good friend, and we've known each other for a long time, and I take my hat off to him.
This is awesome.
Thank you.
This is awesome. And I thank you so much for allowing us to come in and do this short interview, but we're going to do plenty more.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll be ready.
I'm ready to see you get out there and just share your words of wisdom and hope and positivity with the world. And again, this is Mr. Renny Roker.
Thank you so much.
So
oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah.
All right.